Hello everyone, and welcome to the GMS Weekly Markets podcast. I'm John Chaplin, and I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Amit Malhotra for our look at the demo markets. Hi Amit, welcome and great to have you back on the podcast.
Thank you, John.
Amit, after a few weeks of volatility in the demo market, would you agree that scrap rates now appear to be settling at levels around $600 a tonne, which is of course $100 down from the peak?
Yes, it seems that the earlier this year, the price levels has gone up close and even over the 700 levels. And it's been one of the highest in recent years. But now I believe it's kind of peaked out and settling at levels of around 600. It's always recently this recycling market has been very volatile, and it has always ups and downs. But I guess the kind of firm levels which we can consider can be based on 600 levels.
Right, so prices are levelling off around $600 a tonne, but still virtually no ships being sold at that price.
Yes, the recent some depreciation of the currency in the markets making the end buyers very nervous, and also there's some drops and sudden movements of the scrap steel prices locally has also made hard for the end buyers to make a decision on whether they buy or not, or how much they would pay for the vessels. But the recyclers have to buy at some stage, and they have to determine what price is most comfortable and workable for them. But on these levels, they're probably not going to buy any vessels and the recycling market.
You mentioned problems with the local currency coming under pressure from the dollar, plus, of course, the political situation in Sri Lanka adding to the sense of just uncertainty in the region. Is there any sign that the subcon currencies will level off?
Yes, it has to stabilize in some of the levels, but still the world economies, and especially the situation in like Sri Lanka recently, there was some financial crisis there. All these Indian subcontinent countries have been worried about what happens in next. It can be their countries that they suffer. So all the end breakers are very nervous and very uncertain about what's going on. And
Yes.
that's slowing their businesses.
Okay, this is maybe an unfair question, but what do you think it will take to get the market moving again?
It's very hard to call, but one of the things is that more vessels have to come into the recycling market, which might not happen in recent months, but I guess towards the end of the years or even next years, there will be more requirements for the environmental certifications, or the scrubbers, the ballast water treatment systems, and all that. The owners have to make a decision of scrapping the vessels. So more vessels coming into the market should make more industry active and buyers to try to keep buying. And also that the end buyers have to not just to stop and panic, but they have to give some firm prices into the vessels and start buying at kind of firm prices where the owners or the cash buyers can be confident.
Amit, you're based in Japan. Are owners in your part of the world actually hanging on to older ships that would normally have been candidates for recycling by now?
Yes, I think I see that some of the owners keep either keeping their older tonnages, as still the markets and freight markets are quite good, and also that they're trying to sell the older tonnages as second-hand market prices been in good levels. There is still a huge gap between scrap price and further trading prices. Even we see that some of the VLCCs has been sold recently from Japanese owners for good market price, 1 to 2 million above the further trading market price, which can be about 5-6 million above demo prices.
Right, and who's buying these ships?
In terms of VLCCs, there was some Chinese buyers was quite active of buying them. And usually in general cases, Japanese tonnage is being bought by either Chinese buyers or Greek buyers. Depends on the type of the vessels.
And in general terms, the freight market outlook is positive enough to convince owners to extend the lives of their ships one way or another.
Yes, I think owners still thinks that quite good level of market continues and try to extend their life of the vessels. I think in some of the cases, they even put through the dry docks and special surveys to keep the vessel trading. Also for temporary, they might get some few month extensions, like 3 months extensions to give more life and put few trading voyages, then send to scrap or either to send to the further trading market for sale.
Thanks, Amit. And just to finish, maybe I can ask you what you're hearing about the ongoing Japanese support of the Hong Kong Convention. After India, is Bangladesh really now the focus for the JSA and Class NK, etc.?
Yes, definitely. I'm hearing that Japanese concerns on the recycling market is now focused in Bangladesh, as they're seeing that the Bangladesh as their second market to develop like India. It's always good for the Japanese owners to have options of markets, because if India goes down, they can use Bangladesh. And still some of the owners not confident and reluctant to send the vessels to Bangladesh. But once Bangladesh is more into HKC and increasement of HKC compliant yard, the owners will be sending vessels to Bangladesh market more comfortably. And that's the goals of classes and ministries and Japanese ship owners associations goal, I guess.
And aside from helping raise their standards, are there any other advantages for Japan to see a Hong Kong compliant Bangladesh?
Yes, like most of the Japanese owners' vessels come free on the Far East areas. And geographically, there's slight advantage for them to send the vessels to Bangladesh. So that can be one of the reasons where the Japanese owners see more opportunities in Bangladesh market.
Well, that was a great roundup, Amit. Thanks so much for the update.
Thank you very much. You too, Jim.
And thank you again for listening. Just to mention that we'll be back again next week with the latest news and views from our trading team. And next week, if he's not bronzing himself in Turkey, I'll be joined by Henning Prinsen from our office in Hamburg. See you then.